This week's portion, VaYeitze, continues the story of our patriarchs and matriarchs, introducing us now to the third generation, Jacob and his wives Leah and Rachel. These stories highlight for us, especially this week's portion, what is unique about the history of our people and the story of our ancestors compared to stories found in other societies. In other words, the mythical stories that exist in all societies about the founding of their society and the people who did that are stories that generally highlight all the strengths and power and beauty of the people who founded the society, which only emphasizes how beautiful the society itself is. So when we read about the gods of ancient Greece and ancient Rome and their superhuman qualities and powers, it only reinforces how great the Greek Empire and the Roman Empire were as well. And so when we look at our story from the Torah, we see a marked difference. And that difference highlights for us what we need to recognize about our own character, both as a people and as individuals. And so in this week's portion, we read about how what goes around comes around. Jacob was involved last week with his mother's help to disguise himself as his twin brother and get the favored blessing from his father Isaac, which only prompts his twin brother Esau, when he recognizes that Jacob got the better blessing, to scream out, "I want to kill my brother," which leads Jacob to run away from home, back to the family home in Haran, where his mother is from, and there falling in love with Rachel at first sight, and his future father-in-law playing a trick on him and giving him Leah on the wedding night instead of Rachel. And so this flaw in Jacob's character, one of deception, is then we recognize that it is something in us as well, that the stories in the Torah about our ancestors highlight for us what is just generally human nature. And the lesson being that just as Abraham and Sarah, Isaac, Rebekah, Jacob, Leah, and Rachel are truly human with flaws in their character, they were still able to rise above that flaw and become the great people they are. That is a more realistic message that our Torah tries to teach us every time we read the story, that we too, despite our flaws, should not think that there's no way that we can be good people, but rather to think positively, that we can overcome our flaws and become the better people, the people that we are meant to be. Shabbat Shalom.